Moving a warehouse is not just about lifting racks and putting them down somewhere else. For Minimal Gear, it was a chance to rethink everything and build a space their whole operation could actually grow into.
Hey, I'm Kyle. This is Minimal Gear. We make gear for outdoor adventures. So we have Cnoc Outdoors, which is a hydration-focused brand. So that makes water filtration systems for backpacking, day hiking, things like that. And then we also have Diorite Gear, which is a carbon fiber-focused brand. So we make trekking poles, tent stakes right here in-house in Portland. I run all of our warehouse operations, so.
Minimal Gear is a certified B Corp. Their team of 8 outdoor enthusiasts puts sustainability at the center of everything they build.
Back in 2017, the company was just one person, the founder, Gilad, and it was just a stack of boxes out of his garage in Southeast Portland. And then in 2019, we moved into a small space across the street, tiny office, tiny warehouse, and that stack of boxes just moved to the floor in the back of that tiny warehouse. In 2022, when I joined the company, we got 2 bays worth of pallet racks so that we could get stuff off the floor and organized. And then this year, in 2025, in the spring, we finally launched a variety of products. We increased our in-house manufacturing, and we doubled our team size from what was 4 last year to 8 currently. And so we've moved across the street into a larger space.
The racking moved with them. What Minimal Gear needed was not just more racks. It was a layout designed for how the business actually works now.
At our old, smaller warehouse, we had a couple older style bays of racking. And what we needed at the new site was to fill as much racking as possible in the floor print that we had while leaving enough aisle space for a forklift. So the task was, how do we organize as many racks as possible?
Speedrack West designed a floor plan for the new facility, relocated the existing racking, and supplied additional frames and beams to extend it.
Yeah, this is my first time moving into a new warehouse, and as with a lot of things in a small company, you just learn on the job. You might not have experience in that specific area. So I went to Google, and I looked at Google reviews. I narrowed down to 3 or 4 places that I wanted to reach out to. I met with some of the other companies in person. At the end of the day, it came down to responsiveness and helpfulness of the team. So we had a timeline that we had to move. Speedrack was pretty responsive to that timeline. They're also super helpful. I didn't know anything about permitting or layout or installation. We hadn't had a forklift before. They were super helpful and answered a lot of the questions that I had going into the moving process. The process went pretty smooth once it got off the ground. You know, once I figured out the direction we wanted to go and kind of approved the floor print. We had a turnaround probably of 2 weeks from start to finish, which was really nice. All of the different teams that came in were pretty responsive and communicative on when they're going to be in, when they are going to be making, noise and drilling into the concrete and whatnot, so that we could kind of flex our operations to make sure that we could get things moving in a timely manner. Honestly, the main hiccups from moving along the way came from this being my first time managing a move and just trying to understand the variety of the permit barrage that you read about and figuring out how to manage multiple different contractors. What was nice about this is that Bill at Speedrack was the most responsive and the most helpful of all the different contractors that I worked with. I called Bill multiple times a day and he always picked up and was always very helpful. What I really liked is that they pointed out a lot of questions and processes that I didn't even have on my radar going into the move, so it helped me expand the scope to an appropriate size. The relocation allowed for two main things. Number one, our team had doubled in size and we just physically didn't have places for people to sit, so we needed a bigger office. But as far as the warehousing and workshop space goes, we're launching a new product called a through bottle, which is a reusable backpacking bottle. We're launching that in September of 2025, and we need space to both store massive pallets of these bottles and we're gonna hand assemble them right here in Portland. The great thing about moving is it's a perfect time to analyze the way things have been for however long you've been at your old place. As we moved, we got to reanalyze, our shipping and receiving area. So being able to have fresh eyes and a fresh space to make your processes and setups more efficient at your new site it's a great opportunity to take advantage of. So especially for companies that are small but growing, like us at Minimal Gear, first, it's always going to take a lot longer and be a lot more work than you think. But get started early and make sure you're working with folks that answer your questions, that make time for you, and that are flexible to work with your needs.
If your warehouse is holding your business back instead of helping it grow, let's talk. Reach out to Speedrack West and we'll help you build a layout that works.